To get started with our ADR project, we're going to open Reaper. Now, if you can't see the symbol for Reaper immediately, then what you can do on the trackpad of the Mac is put 4 fingers on the trackpad and pull them towards each other. That'll open up a window where you can see all of the software on the computer. When Reaper first loads, you'll need to click this button to say that you're still evaluating, and now you're in the main window of the DAW, which is our digital audio workstation. Down the left here, we've got our track control panel, which is where we can double click to add in a new track. This section over here is called our arrange window, and it's basically a timeline of our production from the beginning all the way through. Down at the bottom here, we've got our mixer, and as we add more tracks in, they appear down in our mixer as well, and that's where we can increase or decrease the volume and add different effects. So it's really important when you start a new Reaper project that you make sure that everything is saved properly. So we go up to File and click Save Project As, and you're going to save this onto your pen drive. And what you can do when you first get to the pen drive is create a new folder, and you can label it with your class and the names of the people in your group. And then we can label the project just the same thing again. Most of the time, these two boxes will be clicked by default. It's important that they are checked. So if those two aren't already ticked, tick them just now and then hit save. So that's our project now labeled. We can see its name just up at the top there. Every time we do something, every time we add something or change something in the project, we're then going to always save it by clicking the command button, which is CMD, and S for save at the same time. So press those two down together every time you finish a recording or move something around. Now that our Reaper session is set up, we can bring in the video for our ADR track. So find your video and simply drag it into the arrange window, and Reaper will build the audio file for that here so that we can see visually what it looks like. And then to be able to view the video, we just click on view and click video. So now that we can see and hear the video, we can go ahead and start setting up tracks to record our character dialogue. So let's say for this example, we need 2 tracks. So I can double click to add in a second one there, and I would label them with whatever the character names are, and that's me good to go. Now I'm only going to be recording onto one of these tracks at a time, but I need to be able to tell the system which track I'm recording onto. So the way I do that is to click this little red button here, which arms the track for recording. I can then move to the part of the video that I want to start recording onto, and then I would select this red button here, which starts the recording, and that looks like this. So as I'm now talking, sound waves will come up on the screen as a visual representation of what I'm saying. When I stop the recording by pressing the spacebar, I'll then just hit Save All, and what I can then do is click this Snap Enabled button. This looks like a magnet. At the minute, if that's on and I try to move it a little bit, it's going to jump to the next part of that grid. If I take that off, I can move it completely freely. So if my dialogue is slightly off, I can drag it forward or backwards a little bit. Now, because I've done something new, I've made a change and it's saying modified, I'm going to press Command and S to save the project. When I'm finished recording that character, I would disarm it by making sure that's no longer the sort of bright red colour, and then I can move on to characters 2. To move back to the start of the production at any time, we use these sort of TV style controls down here, and this one that brings you back to the beginning, and I can then hit the spacebar to start and to stop the project. Similarly, when you're recording, use the spacebar to stop it. If we use the pause and stop buttons, things can sometimes get a little bit complicated, but the spacebar works just fine. A couple of common things that you might run into which could cause you some bother. First of all, you might not hear anything and the project might not play. What's probably happening there is that the computer is a bit confused and it doesn't know where it's meant to be sending the sound. This little chunk up at the top here, it says 16 kilohertz. Yours might say something different, but we click on that and we can click on audio device settings. And then where it says audio device, there's a drop down menu. Basically, just speak to your teacher and make sure that you know the device that you're using and that this line here matches that device. Then you can hit OK, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that should be able to start playing. So now that you've gone through, you've spent time recording each of the different parts of dialogue that you need for your ADR. We've saved as we've gone through. The next thing that we're going to do is to what we call render the file, which basically means we take the Reaper project and bounce that down to one final video. To do that, we go up to File and click on Render. Very little needs to be changed here. Where it says Render to, that'll just show you where it's saving it. So here it's saving it onto my pen drive, into the 2D folder, and with that name. I can then just hit Render one file. That goes through the process, and then I can go back into my files by clicking on the smiley face finder window, and I will have my final render in there. So that's it. That's the process of doing ADR within Reaper. If you've got any questions, do speak to your teacher and enjoy.